I'm just coming through a big transition and clearing all that no longer serves me, including people and energy. I've been practicing cutting cords for a while, and I'm clear how to do that for people I no longer want in my life. But what are your thoughts on cutting cords with those I still love and want in my life, but no longer desire the energy attachments that are holding me back? What are your thoughts and recommendations? Thank you. Thank you for asking the question. First of all, I'm not a big fan, and this is semantics, but it's not. I'm not a big fan of cutting cords. What I mean by that is that when we cut a cord, it means that there's still an innate energy within us. And so I know that you may or may not have meant that literally cutting cords, but I like to go deeply into that energy center. And sometimes we have to do like a full body scan. And again, sometimes these things take practice, but feel in to that person that you're thinking, yeah, I really want to move and shift the energy around this person, because it's all coming from your mind, but you're most likely storing something in one of your chakras about that person. So if it's your heart center, or maybe it's your solar plexus, like it's someone that helps you feel safe. And you're like, but I need to feel safe on my own without relying on this person to give me that feeling of safety. So if that's the case, I would go right into the third chakra. I'd feel right in, and I'm putting my hands, you can't see it, but I'm putting my hands right on my third chakra. And I'm just feeling that area of my body. And as I feel deeply into that area of my body, I would think about that person, and I would think about, and again, wherever the chakra is, and I would start thinking about that person, and I would think about all the elements of emotions and feelings that come to me when I think about them. And then in a very loving, kind way, this isn't like a, I want to get rid of them. It's like, no, I want to cherish and honor them for allowing me to feel this safety within myself, knowing that it is a projection that I have put onto them that they are making me feel this way. No, they are a reflector for you to feel that way. And then when you start to really go into it and go, ooh, that's actually me feeling that way. And then you go, let me go deeper into that cord, and that the cord being the idea, the string, the tether that goes to that person. And very lovingly think about, maybe I just want to twist that out, as though you're like screwing the cord out, right? And think of it very lovingly. Like, I think sometimes we get all like, oh, I got to cut the cords. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general, like I do it myself, like, oh, I want to cut that cord. I got to get that person out of here. And start twisting the cord out, screwing the cord out, thanking them for the feeling that they have provided for you. And then realize that it's within me. And I want to hold that energy for myself sacred within me. And I'm asking them to not be that reflector for me anymore, because for whatever reason, that person's not serving that role anymore for you. And it's a gift. It's a gift of knowing more about who you are, because that's the whole point of relationships, whether they're lovers or brothers or sisters or, a friend or even a stranger. Sometimes we get this reflector, and we're like, thank you for allowing me to feel something within myself that I wasn't feeling on my own. And so when we really dig deep into the gratitude of that person, and we eloquently release them through really taking the cord out, unplugging the cord as opposed to cutting the cord. Because if we cut the cord, like the core is still there, and we haven't really honored that part. And I can really feel that in my third chakra. So maybe that is where it is for you. And just wanting to be in that safety space, and knowing that safety is within you, because your higher self is here to provide that safety. And when we get to that place, and I know you're actually already there, it's just like recognizing it to another level. When we get to that safety place within us, anything's possible. It really doesn't matter who comes and goes in our life. We just are grateful for whoever's there, reflecting our own safety and beauty that we have and carry within ourselves. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. If since you're on live with me, if there's something more on that, I am more than happy to go deeper into that. So please, next week, 11/11 Sundays, submit your questions, bethbell.me/question. There's so many resources over there. There is the Awakening and Healing Handbook. We've got the Psychedelic Resource Guide. So if you're considering any spiritual medicines, it's a great guide to have. There's so much jam-packed information in there. There's also the Herpes Handbook. So if you don't have herpes, you may know someone who does. And it's a great guide to really get through the viruses of the mind that we just do not need to be experiencing, the judgments around all of these viruses, and so much more. The most important thing that comes to mind to share is, what is your state of the heart? Where is your heart? Because that's where we need to be, not in the mind, but in the heart. So if you go to bethbell.me, you can get a free state of the heart assessment. I think it's about 21 questions, and they're very specific, and we'll send you results based on your responses, which state of the heart you are in. And there's some tips, tools, techniques that come as a result of that as well. Now, if you want to go a little bit deeper on your journey, like if all of this is resonating and yet you're like, I want to have more interaction, I want to have more deeper discussion, apply for the Awaken Inner Wisdom membership. It's not for everybody, but it's certainly for people who want to go deeper in the journey, where we go into all things spiritual, all things expanded states of consciousness. And I would highly encourage you to apply to the Awaken Inner Wisdom membership. You can check the links below. I would love to see you next week on Awaken Inner Wisdom, 11/11 Pacific time. So until then, wishing you much bliss and love on the journey. Namaste.